Hi, everybody. Neil Thompson, founder of Teach the Geek here. I work with technical professionals so they can present more effectively, especially in front of non-technical audiences. And you can learn more about that at teachthegeek.com. Again, that's teachthegeek.com. Today, I want to talk about pricing on a website. Do you put it on? Do you leave it off? I was really curious to see what people thought about it. So a few weeks ago, I ran a poll asking that question, and the results were actually rather surprising. So let me tell you what they were. About 47%, no, well, not about 47% of respondents said at least have a price minimum. So on your website, have something that says at least you're going to pay at least this amount. And for the people that thought that, here's one of the comments that really struck out. Well, at least I noticed. At a minimum, you should teach the reader, viewer about industry pricing and how it works, what they can expect, etc. And I suppose that could be true. I mean, one reason you would want to put at least a minimum on the website is that pricing won't be an objection if they eventually want to talk to you about whatever product or service you offer, because they could always go back to the website and say, well, I'm going to have to pay at least this amount. You're not going to get a whole lot of people calling you, and then you tell them the amount, and then they're like, whoa, well, it's way more than I thought I was going to spend. And then you don't get the sale, and you ended up spending however much time speaking to this person when they never were a good lead, or they never were a good prospect to begin with. So I suppose that's a reason why some would say that you should have it on the website. And then there was the next choice was leave it off, leave pricing off the website and ask for a call. And that got 39% of the vote. And one of the comments that stood out to me was this one. I definitely leave price off. Anything I'd ever imagined myself selling will be much more than a catalog item. I need to determine what my customer needs are before I can ever consider a price. And I suppose that's true too. Before you can really offer something to somebody, especially if it's a service or a product that doesn't have a set price. It's not like it's not like going into a Walmart and buying a toaster. You know, the toaster is going to be, $10. But this is something that's a little bit more bespoke. Well, then maybe you need to talk to the person and figure out what their needs are. Then you come up with a quote or a proposal, and then that's when you reveal what the price is. The issue with that, I think, is that even in those cases, you'll get those people who will get on the call with you thinking that maybe that you are within their budget, or not. Maybe we're even thinking about budget at all. But once you give them the price of what you typically charge people, now they're really thinking about price. It's like, whoa! I was thinking of spending maybe $500, and you're telling me it's 1,000 or 15,000. I mean, I could actually recall an instance where this happened to me. This was back before Teach the Geek. This is when I was working as a patent agent. And there was this plumber who insisted on coming into the office. At that time, we were in COVID still. And the person just still insisted on coming into the office, even though all of us were working remotely. So I actually went into the office to meet with this person. And I basically walked through the entire patent process, what needs to happen step by step. And then by the end of it, I told him what the price was, and he was like, "Whoa, I didn't know it was gonna be that much. I was thinking of spending maybe $500. I know it was gonna cost like 15K. If we'd had some kind of pricing on the website, we would have eliminated this person from even contacting us, which would have been a better use of our time and his, for that matter. And I guess that goes back to the reason why maybe you should have minimums on the website. Maybe I do have an opinion on this after all. I thought I was impartial. And then the last option they had was other. And this comment actually stood out to me when it comes to other. So this is a person that I actually had on my podcast, funny enough. And this is what she had to say. She's tried both. When she had no prices shown, she attracted quite a few leads who weren't able to invest the amount. With prices shown, she attracted leads who were already fully committed. And I guess that's what I essentially was talking about. When she didn't have the pricing, people would call and then get very excited to work with her. And when she tell them the price, it'd be like, whoa, I wasn't expecting to pay that. But then if you have some pricing on the website, you eliminate those type of calls. The people who are going to call you already know, or at least have the option to know. They have the ability to know how much you cost. So pricing shouldn't be an issue when they call you. What should be the issue is, can you help me based on what you've done before and that type of thing. So I guess when it comes down to it, maybe the idea is you should have something. on your website, so you eliminate that possibility. Although I will say that in some instances, if you leave it off and people call you and they're not put off by the price once you reveal it, or at least a minimum of what it could cost, then maybe it's a good use of your time. And another thing I want to mention is if you mention pricing on the website, or you don't mention pricing on the website, and you have a call with somebody, and then you mention how much it could possibly be, and they ask you to send a quote, well, at least they now know how much the quote's going to be for. So they're more likely to respond to you sending the quote or the proposal, because they're not shocked at this point. They know what the price is going to be. So it makes sense to then send the quote or the proposal. But when it comes down to it, I think having pricing, at least a minimum, is helpful in just minimizing the amount of people that you even have to sift through to see if they're even qualified candidates to pay for whatever product or service that you're offering. And I think that shows in the poll results. I mean, 47%, the majority or most of the people voted for have a price minimum. So that's what I really want to say about pricing on a website. And of course, it depends on your business. It depends on what your sensibilities are. But I don't think it's a bad idea to have at least some pricing on the website, at least a minimum. You should expect to pay this minimum amount, and it could be more based on whatever else you need. Again, my name is Neil Thompson. I'm founder of Teach the Geek. I work with technical professionals so they can present more effectively, especially in front of non-technical audiences. And you can learn more about that at teachthegeek.com. Again, that's teachthegeek.com. And always remember to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Every little bit helps. Thanks, and have a great day.